Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the BTM channel, and in today's video I'm going to be reacting slash grading every single Bengals pick in the 2025 NFL draft. Without further ado, let's get straight to it. So starting off with round one, we took Shamir Stewart, edge out of Texas A&M. This was a very interesting choice. I will say this was this was a very Bengals pick. Again, I kind of have already reacted to this pick in another video. I did a full reaction on our first round. And yeah, I have mixed feelings about this pick. I think this is one of those picks, again, I'm not a huge critical grader whenever it comes to the draft, because at the end of the day, these guys are young. They got a long way to go. Maybe they shouldn't have been taken at pick 17. Maybe they should have been taken at pick 30 in mock drafts. I don't think it really matters. At the end of the day, if the guy turns out to be good, he turns out to be good, But this guy, of course, did not have the greatest numbers, but the athleticism was there. He's a freak athlete. I'm gonna give this pick for us. I'm gonna give it a B. It's not my favorite. I'm a little concerned about the numbers. I can't lie, but at the same time, I do see what the Bengals see in the fact of he is just physically built. He's probably one of the most athletic edges in the draft. And for that reason, I'm going to give it a B. All right, round two, pick 49. We took Demetrius Knight, linebacker out of South Carolina. This guy, he's an older guy. He is, I believe, 26. He's an older guy, which I don't mind. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, obviously, when we got Joe, he was a senior. Nothing wrong with it. He's not a super young guy, but he has a lot of experience, which I like. I'm really hoping we can get this guy, honestly, on the field. Again, just because of his experience, I think we could get him out there. He's great in pass coverage. That'll be huge for us. We struggled with that a lot last year. And overall, I do like this pick a lot. I'm gonna give it an A minus. I wish he was a little younger, but then again, if he's good, he's good. It doesn't really matter how old he is. And otherwise, he is also a very explosive player. I do like that about him as well. Alrighty, round three, pick 81. We took Dylan Fairchild, Georgia guard. I love this pick. I mean, this is, whenever I did my mock drafts, this is whenever I thought we should take an offensive lineman. I think some people were thinking, oh, we need to take offensive linemen in the earlier rounds. Personally, I thought this was the perfect round to take it. You can still get some talent. And this guy, I mean, he was fantastic at Georgia. I mean, of course, you can't go wrong with the Georgia guy. That's obviously big football school. I don't need to say much on that. But he was a great pass blocker. He can also move a little bit. But I think this is a good guy to definitely add to the depth chart. Maybe plug him in depending on how these guys perform in camp and stuff like that. But overall, I really like this pick. I'm gonna give it an A. I think this is a really underrated pick, and yeah, Dylan Fairchild, I'm gonna give you an A. Alrighty, next pick. This was a little interesting to me, but again, I don't mind it. We took Barrett Carter out of Clemson. He's a linebacker. I don't know a whole lot about this guy, so I'm not gonna harp on him too much. But I have watched film. I've looked at a little bit of thoughts about him, and I like him. I think he's solid. I do think he has some improvements to work on, but then again, he is a round 4 pick. And I guess the most interesting part to me is the fact that we took another linebacker. Again, I don't hate it though, just because obviously Jermaine Pratt, he's not coming back, and we have Logan Wilson, who he was hurt. He should be back though. I believe we kept Akeem Davis-Gaither, but I don't mind this. I don't mind adding some more young guys to the linebacker core. I think we could use this guy. Again, he is also a very explosive guy. Can definitely get some pressure on the quarterback. He's good at rushing, the quarterback and also stopping the run. So overall, I like this pick. As far as the position, we'll have to see. Obviously drafting 2 linebackers in the first 4 rounds, little questionable to me, but we'll see what happens. I'm gonna give this pick. I'm gonna give it a B. I like the talent, but I don't know about the 2 linebacker move. Already round 5, we beef up that offensive line again. We get a tackle out of Miami. We get Jalen Rivers. Um, this guy, I like this pick. I mean, I think this is a solid pick. I think overall we can definitely use this guy just to add some more depth. I mean, obviously I think Fairchild will be enough for us, but I think at this rate, again, now you draft another offensive lineman. That should give us good depth. If somebody gets hurt, we got backup guys to go to. So overall, I like this pick for us. I'm gonna give this pick a B plus. Alrighty, round 6. I don't hate this. I saw some Bengals fans kind of hating on this pick. Round 6, pick number 193. We took running back Taj Brooks out of Texas Tech. This guy, he's fantastic at missing tackles. I mean, very similar to Chase Brown as far as just coming out of college missing tackles. Of course, I don't think he's got to be as good as Chase Brown, but I do like this move. I really do. I mean, Zach Moss. I mean, he was okay at times. He was up and down for us, and I just think it's good to add another running back to this room, for us. And like I said, Taj Brooks, great at breaking tackles, and I think ultimately he'll be a good addition. He's also very good at pass blocking. That's also key. I think he might get some playing time just because of that. So this pick, I'm gonna give it a B plus. It's not quite an A for me, but I do like this pick. And overall, that is the draft. Again, not too many picks for us this year. I guess the only thing I maybe would have liked to see us take is maybe, some more like defensive guys, like defensive linemen, cornerback, safeties. Obviously I know we got a lot of young cornerbacks and safeties and stuff like that. So I guess maybe that's the logic. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens this season. Again, I'll be keeping you guys updated, of course, on Bengals like news and stuff, and reacting to that stuff. So without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.